If you're over 40 and your watch still isn't giving you that sophisticated, quiet luxury look, even though it's a quality piece, the issue usually isn't what you bought, it's how you wear it. I see it all the time. Successful men with great watches, but small, overlooked mistakes make the whole setup look try-hard or awkward instead of confident and refined. Here's the good news. Fixing this doesn't require a new watch or complicated rules. It's about subtle adjustments that make your timepiece look integrated, expensive, and effortless. Today, I'll show you the essential details: wrist position, strap integration, sleeve harmony, discrete time checking, and coordination with other accessories that separate amateurs from men who look naturally sophisticated. Master these, and your watch will finally work for you, not against. The wrist position mistake most men make. Let's start with something so fundamental that most men never even think about it consciously, yet it affects every single impression your watch makes: where exactly you position it on your wrist. This might seem obvious, but the difference between amateur and sophisticated watch wearing often comes down to getting this seemingly simple detail exactly right. Here's what I see constantly: men wearing their watches either too high up their wrist toward their hand or too far down their forearm toward their elbow. Both positions create visual problems that undermine the entire sophisticated look you're trying to achieve. When your watch sits in the wrong position, it affects how your sleeves fall, how the watch interacts with your clothing, and how natural the whole setup appears. The too high position, closer to your hand, creates several issues that compound over time. It makes your watch more likely to peek out from under shirt cuffs inappropriately, interferes with natural hand and wrist movement, and generally creates a cramped, uncomfortable appearance that suggests you don't understand proper proportions. Women notice this immediately because it makes your entire arm silhouette look awkward and unbalanced. The too low position, farther up your forearm, is equally problematic but creates different visual issues. Your watch disappears completely under long sleeves, looks disconnected from your hand when visible, and generally suggests that either your watch is too loose or you don't understand how the piece should integrate with your overall appearance. Here's what proper positioning actually involves. Your watch should sit just behind your wrist bone, in that natural depression where your wrist transitions into your forearm. This position allows your watch to move naturally with your arm, creates the most flattering visual proportions, and ensures proper interaction with shirt cuffs and jacket sleeves. The psychological impact of correct positioning is subtle but powerful. When your watch sits in the right position, it feels like a natural extension of your body rather than an accessory that's been added on. You stop being consciously aware of it throughout the day, which allows you to project confidence and focus on more important things while still benefiting from the sophisticated impression a well-positioned watch creates. Here's the practical test. When you're wearing a dress shirt and jacket, your watch should be visible just below your shirt cuff when your arms are at your sides, but should disappear appropriately under your sleeves during normal arm movement. You should be able to check the time with a subtle wrist rotation, not a dramatic sleeve adjustment or arm repositioning. The positioning also affects how your watch photographs and how others perceive it in professional and social situations. When positioned correctly, your watch becomes part of your overall silhouette and contributes to a polished, intentional appearance. When positioned incorrectly, it becomes a distraction that draws attention for the wrong reasons. But even with perfect positioning, there's another fundamental aspect of watch wearing that most men completely overlook: the strap integration that separates amateurs from experts. This is where I see the biggest gap between men who understand quiet luxury and those who are still figuring it out. How seamlessly your watch strap or bracelet integrates with both the watch case and your overall style. Most men treat the strap as an afterthought, but it's actually one of the most important elements of achieving that sophisticated, quietly luxurious appearance. Here's what happens with disappointing frequency. Men choose watch straps based purely on function or basic color matching without considering how the strap affects the overall visual impact of the timepiece. They'll put a sports strap on a dress watch, wear a formal leather strap with casual clothing, or choose strap colors and materials that fight with rather than complement their watch case and personal style. The material mismatch problem is particularly common and immediately obvious to anyone with developed taste. You see quality watches sitting on cheap rubber straps that completely undermine the sophisticated impression the timepiece should create, or expensive watches with leather straps that are obviously lower quality than the watch itself, creating a visual disconnect that suggests either poor judgment or careless maintenance. The color coordination issue is equally damaging but more subtle. Men choose strap colors that might technically match their outfit colors but don't work harmoniously with with their watch case, skin tone, and overall aesthetic. The result is a setup that looks studied and artificial rather than effortlessly sophisticated. Here's what proper strap integration actually requires. Understanding how different materials and colors work with your watch case, your wardrobe, and your lifestyle needs. It means investing in quality straps that match the level of your watch itself, and developing an understanding of when each strap type works best. For leather straps, this means choosing colors and finishes that complement, rather than compete with your watch case and typical wardrobe colors. Brown leather works beautifully with gold or rose gold cases and warm-toned clothing. Black leather provides classic versatility with steel cases and formal wear. Cognac or tan leather offers a sophisticated middle ground that works with most metals and casual to business casual attire. The leather quality itself is crucial for achieving that quiet luxury appearance. We're talking about full-grain leather that will develop character over time, hand-stitched construction that suggests craftsmanship, and finishing details that match the sophistication level of your watch. Cheap leather straps crack, fade, and generally look inferior within months, undermining even expensive watches. For metal bracelets, the integration is about matching metals, finishes, and overall design philosophy. The bracelet should feel like it was designed specifically for your watch, not just attached as an afterthought. The links should move smoothly, the clasp should operate precisely, and the overall construction should suggest the same level of quality as the watch itself. Here's the psychological transformation that happens when you get strap integration right. Your watch starts looking like a cohesive, thoughtfully chosen piece rather than a watch head with something attached to it. The entire timepiece becomes more sophisticated, more expensive looking, and more reflective of your personal taste and attention to detail. The practical approach is to invest in multiple quality straps for watches you wear regularly. This allows you to adapt the same watch to different occasions and outfits while maintaining that integrated, sophisticated appearance. One watch with 3 quality straps provides more versatility and style options than 3 watches with mediocre straps. But strap integration is just part of a larger consideration that many men miss entirely: the sleeve relationship that creates sophisticated presence. This might be the most overlooked aspect of achieving that quiet, luxury watch look. Understanding how your watch should interact with your shirt sleeves and jacket cuffs throughout the day. Most men never think about this consciously, but getting it right is what separates truly sophisticated watch wearing from amateur mistakes that undermine your entire look. Here's what I see happening constantly: men wearing their watches without any consideration of how they work with different sleeve lengths, cuff styles, or clothing formality levels. The result is watches that either disappear completely under sleeves when they should be subtly visible, or watches that stick out obviously when they should be discreetly hidden. The business attire challenge is particularly complex because it involves multiple clothing layers and varying formality requirements throughout the day. Your watch needs to work appropriately with dress shirts, suit jackets, and potentially sport coats or blazers, while maintaining that sophisticated appearance in all combinations. When wearing a suit or sport coat, your watch should be barely visible below your shirt cuff when your arms are at your sides, just enough to suggest quality without drawing attention. During normal conversation and gesture, the watch should appear and disappear naturally as your sleeves move, creating subtle glimpses that reward closer inspection without demanding immediate attention. The shirt cuff relationship is equally important and more complex than most men realize. Your watch should sit comfortably below your shirt cuff without pushing it up your arm or creating bunching and awkward fabric behavior. When you extend your arm or reach for something, your watch and cuff should move together harmoniously rather than fighting each other for space. Here's what proper sleeve integration actually looks like. When you're wearing a dress shirt alone, your watch should be clearly visible and contribute to your overall polished appearance. When you add a jacket or blazer, the watch should become more discreet but still occasionally visible during natural movement and gesture. The formality matching is crucial for achieving that quiet luxury impression. Thin, elegant dress watches work beautifully with formal shirting and business attire because they don't disrupt sleeve lines or create bulk under fitted clothing. Sports watches can work with business casual attire but require careful consideration of proportions and sleeve fit. Here's the psychological impact. When your watch works seamlessly with your sleeves and clothing layers, the entire outfit looks more intentional professional, more sophisticated, and more reflective of genuine style understanding. You appear to be someone who considers how all elements of his appearance work together, rather than just assembling individual pieces without considering their interaction. The practical solution often requires minor adjustments to either watch fit or sleeve length. Sometimes, a watch that fits perfectly on a bare wrist needs slight loosening to accommodate dress shirt cuffs comfortably. Sometimes shirt cuffs need slight shortening to work properly with your preferred watch and jacket combination. But even when you master the sleeve relationship, there's another crucial element that affects your entire watch presentation: the timing of watch checking that communicates confidence. This is perhaps the most subtle but powerful aspect of sophisticated watch wearing: how you actually check the time and interact with your watch throughout the day. Most men never consider this consciously, but how you check your watch communicates volumes about your confidence, sophistication, and relationship with time itself. Here's what I observe in professional and social situations. Some men check their watches with smooth, confident gestures that seem completely natural and unobtrusive. Others make the same action look awkward, obvious, or even rude, depending on the timing and execution. The difference isn't in the watch itself, it's in understanding how to interact with your timepiece in ways that enhance rather than undermine your presence. The obvious watch checking problem is particularly damaging in business and social situations. You're in an important meeting or conversation, you feel the need to check the time, so you make an exaggerated arm movement and obvious watch consultation that draws everyone's attention and suggests you'd rather be somewhere else. This single gesture can undermine relationships and professional impressions that took months to build. The nervous watch-checking pattern is equally problematic, but manifests differently. Some men constantly adjust or touch their watches when feeling uncertain or anxious, creating a distracting habit that draws negative attention and suggests insecurity or discomfort. Instead of projecting confidence, the watch becomes a security blanket that advertises anxiety. Here's what sophisticated time checking actually involves: smooth, subtle wrist rotation that allows you to see your watch face without drawing attention to the action. The movement should feel natural and unforced, like checking your watch is simply part of your normal gestures, rather than a deliberate, obvious action. The timing discretion is crucial for maintaining sophisticated presence. Check your watch during natural conversation pauses, not while someone is speaking directly to you. Use peripheral moments: when walking between locations, when waiting for elevators, when transitioning between activities, rather than interrupting active engagement with others. The psychological confidence that comes from mastering this subtle skill extends far beyond just time management. When you can check your watch smoothly and discreetly, you feel more in control of your schedule, more confident in your ability to manage multiple responsibilities, and more sophisticated in your social and professional interactions. Here's the advanced technique that separates truly sophisticated men from everyone else: learning to check your watch in ways that actually enhance conversation and social interaction rather than interrupting it. Sometimes the right watch check at the right moment can signal that you're aware of time constraints and respect others' schedules, which actually improves rather than damages relationships. The practical development involves conscious practice until smooth watch checking becomes automatic. Practice the subtle wrist rotation, develop awareness of appropriate timing, and learn to integrate time awareness with rather than against your social and professional interactions. But mastering the mechanics of watch checking is only part of creating that complete, quiet luxury presentation, the coordination with other accessories that completes the look. This is where many men who understand individual elements still miss the complete picture: how your watch coordinates with your other accessories to create a cohesive, sophisticated overall impression. Your watch doesn't exist in isolation. It needs to work harmoniously with your wedding ring, cufflinks, belt, shoes, and any other metallic or leather elements in your outfit. Here's what happens far too often: men choose each accessory independently without considering how they work together visually and stylistically. They'll wear a gold watch with silver cufflinks, brown leather watch strap with black leather shoes, or sport watches with formal accessories that create visual discord rather than sophisticated harmony. The metal coordination challenge is particularly important for achieving that quiet luxury look. Your watch case material should complement rather than compete with your other metallic accessories. If you're wearing a steel watch, your belt buckle, cufflinks, and any other metal elements should either match that steel or be intentionally minimal to avoid creating visual confusion. The leather coordination extends beyond just matching colors to understanding how different leather textures, finishes, and qualities work together. Your watch strap should complement your shoes and belt in terms of both color, family, and quality level. Mixing high-quality leather accessories with obviously cheap alternatives creates visual disconnects that undermine your entire look. Here's what proper accessory coordination actually requires: developing an understanding of how metals, leathers, and overall style elements work together to create cohesive rather than competing impressions. This means making deliberate choices about which accessories to wear together and how they contribute to your overall aesthetic. The formality matching is crucial for sophisticated accessory coordination. Your watch should match the formality level of your other accessories and overall outfit. Wearing a rugged sports watch with formal cufflinks and dress shoes creates stylistic confusion that suggests you don't understand appropriate coordination. The psychological impact of well-coordinated accessories is powerful and immediate. When everything works together harmoniously, you project confidence, sophistication, and the kind of attention to detail that marks truly stylish men. Others notice the overall impression rather than individual pieces, which is exactly what quiet luxury should achieve. Here's the practical approach: build your accessory wardrobe around a few key color palettes and metal choices rather than collecting random pieces that don't work well together. This allows you to create multiple sophisticated combinations while ensuring everything coordinates appropriately. The investment strategy should prioritize quality over quantity, with the understanding that fewer well-chosen pieces that work together beautifully provide more style options and sophisticated presence than many individual accessories that don't coordinate effectively. But even perfect coordination means nothing if you make this fundamental mistake about when and where to showcase your watch: the situational awareness that defines quiet luxury. This is perhaps the most sophisticated aspect of truly elegant watch wearing, understanding when your watch should be the subtle star of your look versus when it should blend seamlessly into the background. Quiet luxury is fundamentally about appropriate presence, never too much, never too little, always perfectly calibrated to the situation and your role within it. Here's what separates amateurs from experts in this area. Amateurs wear their watches the same way regardless of context, situation, or social dynamics. Experts understand that the same watch can and should create different impressions depending on whether you're in a client meeting, social gathering, family dinner, or weekend activity. The professional context requires particular sensitivity because your watch communicates not just personal style, but also judgment, priorities, and understanding of business appropriateness. In some situations, a subtle, elegant dress watch reinforces professionalism and good judgment. In others, the same watch might seem pretentious or inappropriate for the company culture and expectations. The social awareness extends to understanding how your watch fits into different group dynamics and social hierarchies. Sometimes, wearing an obviously expensive watch can create uncomfortable social tensions or suggest that you're trying to establish dominance through material displays. Other times, wearing something too modest might suggest you don't recognize the importance of the occasion or your role within it. Here's what situational mastery actually involves: developing sensitivity to context, reading social and professional environments accurately, and adjusting your watch choice and wearing style accordingly. This doesn't mean being fake or constantly changing your approach. It means understanding how to present your authentic self appropriately in different situations. The confidence that comes from this level of awareness is remarkable. When you know your watch choice and wearing style are perfectly appropriate for each situation, you can focus entirely on more important things: relationships, opportunities, experiences, while still benefiting from the positive impression that thoughtful presentation creates. The cultural sensitivity aspect is particularly important for men who travel or work in diverse environments. Watch wearing customs, preferences, and interpretations vary significantly across different cultures and regions. What communicates quiet sophistication in one context might be completely misunderstood in another. Here's the advanced insight that marks truly sophisticated men. Sometimes the most elegant choice is no watch at all. Understanding when wearing a watch enhances your presence versus when it might create unwanted attention or social complexity is the ultimate expression of situational awareness and confident style. The practical development of this awareness requires conscious observation of different environments, honest feedback from trusted sources, and willingness to adjust your approach based on real-world results rather than theoretical rules or personal preferences. The confidence projection that makes everything work. Here's the ultimate truth about achieving that quiet luxury watch look. It's not really about the watch itself, the strap, the positioning, or even the coordination with other accessories. It's about projecting the kind of quiet confidence that makes all these elements work together to create an impression of effortless sophistication and genuine success. Confidence changes everything about how your watch looks and how others perceive it. The same timepiece can look cheap and try hard on someone who's uncertain about their choices, or sophisticated and perfectly appropriate on someone who wears it with genuine confidence and self-assurance. Here's what real watch confidence looks like. You choose watches you genuinely love rather than what you think will impress others. You wear them naturally and comfortably rather than constantly adjusting or drawing attention to them. You integrate them seamlessly into your overall style rather than making them the dominant element of your appearance. The psychological foundation of watch confidence comes from understanding that your timepiece is just one element of your overall presence, not a magic solution for insecurity or a required status symbol for success. When you approach watches from this perspective, you make better choices, wear them more naturally, and project the kind of authentic confidence that actually attracts respect and admiration. The practical expression of this confidence involves wearing your watches without apology, explanation, or obvious consciousness. You don't need to mention your watch, adjust it constantly, or position it for maximum visibility. You simply wear it naturally as part of your complete presentation and let the quality speak for itself. But here's the most important insight. Quiet luxury watch wearing is ultimately about expressing your authentic self with confidence and appropriate consideration for context. It's not about following rigid rules or trying to project an image that doesn't align with who you actually are. It's about understanding how to present your genuine success, taste, and sophistication in ways that feel natural and earn genuine respect. Here's what we've covered today: the complete approach to wearing watches in ways that create genuine, quiet luxury presence rather than obvious attempts at impression management. These aren't complicated techniques or expensive upgrades. They're sophisticated approaches to presentation that separate truly stylish men from those who are still figuring it out. The right approach to watch wearing won't just change how others perceive your style and sophistication, though it absolutely will do that. More importantly, it will change how you feel about this important aspect of your personal presentation and how confidently you navigate every situation where your appearance matters. Remember, achieving that quiet luxury watch look isn't about following rigid rules or spending more money than necessary. It's about understanding how all the elements work together: positioning, strap integration, sleeve relationships, checking techniques, accessory coordination, and situational awareness to create impressions that feel effortless and authentic rather than studied or forced. The transformation when you master these elements is remarkable and immediate. Your watches start working for you rather than against you, contributing to rather than competing with your overall sophistication. You feel more confident about your choices, more natural in your presentation, and more effective in every situation where style and presence matter. If you found real value in today's comprehensive breakdown and you're ready to elevate your watch-wearing game to that quiet luxury level, I'd genuinely appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your support helps me continue creating content that makes a real difference in how men over 40 approach style, confidence, and sophisticated presentation. Here's what I'm most curious about. Which of these elements surprised you the most or made you reconsider how you've been wearing your watches? Are you dealing with sleeve relationship issues, struggling with situational appropriateness, or maybe realizing you need to upgrade your strap game? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, and your insights often inspire detailed follow-up videos that benefit our entire community. The truth is, quiet luxury isn't about having the most expensive accessories or following the most complicated rules. It's about understanding how to present yourself authentically and appropriately in ways that earn genuine respect and admiration. When you master these watch-wearing fundamentals, you're not just improving one aspect of your appearance, you're developing the kind of sophisticated awareness that improves everything about how you present yourself to the world. These techniques work because they're based on real principles of style, psychology, and social awareness, rather than just fashion trends or marketing messages. When you integrate them naturally into your daily routine, they become part of your authentic personal style rather than conscious performance or calculated impression management. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.